Okay, the intent of this video is to show you how to test a power supply in a computer. These are desktop computers, okay? I use two tools, two devices. One is right here. It has different hookups all around and the indicator on top. This one has a load, and it's only 20 pin connectors for the ATX. This will handle 20 and 24 pin, the larger connectors. No USB or SATA connectors, just ATA connector and the floppy disk connector. So anyway, the primary thing is you want to find out if your computer dies for some reason and actually doesn't turn on. You want to most of the time it's the motherboard, but I've found that devices such as the old modem card is in there and it's got electrical zap or something like that, that stops the computer from turning on. Different things, but most common is the power supply. It took a surge or whatever, it failed. So you want to test it and make sure it's good. So anyway, this is a 24 pin, okay, ATX, and what I have plugged in right now into a power strip is a 20 pin ATX. So I'm going to show you how to actually test this out. That's going to be two different segments. You're going to be seeing a break when I swap out the power supplies. So I'm going to hook this up to this one, okay? And this has square pins on it. And when you get these devices, you're going to see the square in I don't know if you want to call it diamond or house shape or whatever. But you're going to plug it into the far, when you're looking at this, that side, toward the other pins. So and you want to make sure that the instructions on it, which are right here, tell you that it's good for the 20 and 24 pin. So I'm going to turn this on. There's a little switch in the back of the power supply. I prefer that. The other one doesn't have that, so I got to be careful. And I'm going to turn this on. The fan runs, as you see right here. The fan's running, and I have all green lights. All right, that's telling me this power supply is good. So if I want to test out this connector, this is not hot swappable, so you need to turn it off. Okay, we're going to turn this off, and I'm going to unplug this one. You know, I don't think I've ever tested. This is a pain to get off. Okay, and then we're going to take this connector and pop it in here. I've never tested this, so this will be interesting what happens. And we're going to hit the power switch. And there's nothing coming on that. So I'm guessing the power switch has to be actually plugged in order to do this. It's not getting power straight from this. It's probably because no load. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this guy back in. I turned it off. And actually it lit up because the capacitor in this is drawing before it's actually turned on. That's indicative of that. Now I'm going to plug in the floppy drive too, just so I don't have to do anything. So I have everything plugged in. Let's see what happens. Okay. So this is that's the new light that's lit up. That's integrated, and user instructions: green means floppy disk and hard disk drive. Output OK. So that's the output to these. This is coming in. This is going out. All right. So so if it's red, over voltage. Okay. So that's telling me a lot of stuff. All right. Neat little device. Okay. Now I want to show you the other one. And let's hope this plug comes out a lot easier this time. There we go. This other one only has the 20 pins, so it's perfect for this. And we're not checking output voltages of anything. It actually clicked on. All right, so that's all it is. Now it has a green light on it. When I turn this thing on, I should get a green light. That's my only indication that this power supply is good. Okay, so this has never failed for me before. When a power supply is bad, it doesn't light up, the fan doesn't spin. All I needed was the load. This simulates the power supply. So now we're going to switch over to the other power supply, the 24 pin, and see what happens on that. Oh boy! I plugged this guy in. I don't know if you can see the smoke. I got a red light on this, and I got my floppy drive, my cable from the floppy drive started smoking. It's smoking inside there. So I had a red light saying it was over voltage. This power supply came out of a bad HP that failed, and I still have smoke coming out of that thing. I probably destroyed this with that. Holy cow. I would think there'd be some kind of fuse or whatever. So my output overvoltage failed on this. That scared the hell out of me. So yeah. So I'm hoping this thing's still okay. That really got my attention, and smoke is still coming out of that. The smell of burnt electronics, something that a technician, an electrician knows all about. That scared the you-know-what's out of me. So I think that's the end of this video. So that's how you test for a bad power supply. If I was at a customer's house and plugged that in, I would have just lost a piece of test equipment. So I'm going to have to buy another one of these, I think. Wow, that's still smoking. I'm going to open it up and see if I can actually repair it. And hopefully that's one way to find out. So it's the output voltage coming from the power supply that failed. So I hung on to this thinking that was a good power supply because I tested it with this. Just the green light, and I got a green light that told me it was good. This guy just told me, hey, don't put it in another computer. It would have burned up. Hopefully you learned something about that. It got my attention pretty quick. So I hope you liked the video. Hopefully I can get another one of these. All right, take care and subscribe if you want.